Well, good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to Torreon de Ardoz for tonight's Basketball Champions League encounter. It's game day 7. We're heading towards the business end now of the group phase in the second season of this prestigious continental competition. Well, tonight's clash sees Movistar Estudiantes take on Umana Reyer Venezia. Two powerhouses in this year's Basketball Champions League doing the business. So wins already this game week for Petrol Olympia and Strasbourg over Rosa Radom and Banvit. And later on tonight, the German outfit Midi Beirut will take on Ike of Greece. So after a couple of weeks out, the World Cup qualifiers taking centre stage. It is back to business in the Basketball Champions League tonight. And this should be quite an occasion. Here are the standings then in Group C. Umana Reyer Venezia have the chance to move back to the top of the table if they manage to win on the road here at Movistar Estudiantes, who are 3-3 so far this season. Both teams are used to playing tight games. Estudiantes last time out, getting back to basics. They lost to Banvit last time out, but they will be keen to put the record straight today. They started the season so well. Ousted by 2 points by Banvit, whilst Umana Reyer Venezia have the knack of winning those tight games. They edged out Beirut. Gediminas Orlik winning the game at the buzzer from 3-point range. Let's see the rosters then. First of all, and you can see Orlik there, the Lithuanian international, wearing the number 12. He is the main man for them. 15.2 points per game, shooting 46% from beyond the arc. The creative hub of this side right at the top, Marcus Haynes, 3.3 assists per game, and he also is shooting impressively from downtown, just shy of 50%. But no question that there are two very talented rosters here today. The Italian champions will not find things easy on the road against a team that are pretty strong here on their home court. Well, this is the Estudiantes roster, or headlining for them, Sylvan Landesberg, the Israeli. 31 points he mustered up against Banvit last time out. He is a three-point shooter. He loves to go from downtown, and he is averaging 18.3 points per game. He is the third highest scorer in this year's competition. Well, it is the visitors from Venice who are being introduced first of all, and they were defeated in the Italian League at the weekend by Sirigas Avellino, another Basketball Champions League side, in overtime. But prior to that, they had been on a bit of a winning run, 4 in a row in all competitions. And in the Basketball Champions League, their only defeat this season was in overtime to Ike Athens. In fact, 3 of their 6 games so far have gone the distance, and for 3 bouts of overtime in their opening game against Banvit. So I'm expecting a tight game here, not just because Umana Reyer Venezia's games are always seemingly tight, even the games they win. And they are 5-1 in this year's competition. And it's been a mixed start really for Estudiantes. They've lost their last 4 in all competitions, 3 in the Liga ACP, and they also lost at Banvit on the road last time out. It's a strange game, that one. They leapt in front by 13 points after the first quarter, then slipped big time in the second, and they almost clawed it back to win in the end, but they fell just short, and their over-reliance on Sylvan Landesberg was perhaps a little bit exposed. Alec Brown there, who you just saw coming through, 7'1", Man Mountain, will be key for them tonight. He was picked in the NBA draft in 2014 by the Phoenix Suns, and he played Summer League with the LA Lakers just over the last few months. There's a lot of talent in this Movistar Estudiantes team. They've been a little bit inconsistent in the Basketball Champions League and indeed in the Liga ACB as well. Italian team, they are used to winning. Champions in Italy last season. They also reached the Final Four in the Basketball Champions League. And they will not go down easily tonight. It's a big game already for Movistar Estudiantes. They're on that threshold, 4th place at the moment. The top 4 will go through to the knockout phases, and they could end up slipping out. Georgios Porsanidis, Yena Yilmaz and Martin Horizov of Greece, Turkey and Bulgaria are our officials tonight. It's already been a long Basketball Champions League season for the Spaniards. They beat Donar, the Dutch side, in the final round of qualifying. They had to come through qualifying because they finished 11th in Spain last season. Umana Reyer Venezia won the Italian league for the first time since 1943. It was a memorable campaign last year, and they look equally determined again this year to perform to their maximum. They are trailing in the Italian league at the moment, 7-2 domestically, currently sitting 4th behind the league leaders Latte Brescia. But certainly they've given a decent account of themselves so far. But they did slip to defeat against Sirius Avellino, and they'll be keen to put the record straight, I'm sure, tonight. But it's not going to be easy on the road here in Spain. They are just on the outskirts of Madrid, 20 kilometres east of the capital. And the club Estudiantes, well, it means students, of course, and the reason for that, the club founded by a bunch of school students many years ago now. And they've always stayed true to their roots. And it's a pretty young roster by and large, even featuring 17-year-old Adams Sola, who was born this millennium. Walter De Raffaele, the Umana Reyer Venezia coach, promoted from the assistant role in 2016, helped them lift the league title last year, and here is his starting 5 tonight. Marcus Haynes, Andrea Nicolau, Voje Peric, Bruno Serrera and Mitchell Watt. There he is. The 3rd title in the Italian league that the club has won in their history. As I said, the first for 75 years. Business. They impressed many and surprised a few in last year's edition. Many people's pick to reach the Final Four, but they managed to do so, and having had a taste for it, I'm sure they will be equally determined to do so. And they've been drawn in a tough group, no question about that. The likes of AEK Athens, Beirut, Banvit and Strasbourg, and of course tonight's opponents Movistar Estudiantes. It's not an easy pick. The quality of this year's Basketball Champions League impressive. Here's the Estudiantes starting 5: Cook, Sutton, Landersberg, Brown and Alexander Svetkovic. And Salva Maldonado is their coach, looking to give that last-minute inspiration before the players take to the court. And who will be key for them tonight? It's a very good question. The battle of the point guard should be interesting. Marcus Haynes against Omar Cook. 2 experienced campaigners in that position. So all pretty much set here. How key will he be tonight? Well, before the action gets underway, basketball is mourning the death of Gianluca Mattioli. He was from Pesaro. Passed away a few weeks ago. He's been a very well-respected referee from Italy. And the minute silence perfectly observed in the gym. All set then on game day 7 of the Basketball Champions League. It is Movistar Estudiantes against Umana Reyer Venezia. And we are underway then in Spain, and straight away the champions of Italy in the front court through Voye Peric. Able to make use of the winning tip. Interesting to see which side settles down quickly here. Movistar Estudiantes know about the quality of the Venice front court. And it's been stolen straight away by Nicolao. Haynes to Nicolao. Marcus Haynes, little bounce pass. And lost again. Possession moving from one team to the other very regularly so far. And a long two put up, and there's the first points of the night. And it's Alec Brown, who played Summer League with the Lakers, averaging double digits points per game so far this season in the Basketball Champions League. Haynes for three, just left it a little short. Already you can see, in some respects, Umana Reyer Venezia a little bit undersized. Nobody's got the height of Brown. He's pretty athletic as well, and here he is in the lane, Brown. And there's the foul. And you already sense he's going to be very hard to contain here. Nicolao. And his first foul called against him. Inbound to Svetkovic. Serbian. Found Cook from way downtown. He misses by a mile, but Brown's there. Not exactly how Estudiantes intended, but they'll take the points. And they lead by 4. Haynes, bounce pass into Watt. And Mitchell Watt right under the rack, waits and lays it up and in off the glass. First score then for Umana Reyer Venezia. Clever passing play. Work to the corner, Svetkovic fakes, comes inside. And again, the foul called. Was it Nicolao again? Yes, it was. So early foul trouble for Andrea De Nicolao. 2 fouls inside 2 minutes. You'll have to be careful. Not withdrawn, interestingly, by coach just yet. Cook fizzes a pass. Landesberg blocked off by Peric fairly, and then lovely pass out the back. Brown finishes. Positive signs here for Movistar Estudiantes early on, that Alec Brown is going to be a real problem for Venezia to solve. And so far they haven't. The ball in the hands of Haynes. Haynes penetrates and then misses the intended target with the pass, and it's stolen once more by Landesberg. Svetkovic. Cook move the ball pretty quickly, don't they? And Landesberg won't get the score, but he does get the foul. Dealing in 2 so far. And these are 2 teams that like to back their ability from downtown. I'm sure it won't be too long before we see some attempts. Svetkovic inbounds and finds Brown initially. Cook now fizzes it to Landesberg in the perimeter, comes in and long 2, nothing but net. And Estudiantes flying out of the blocks here are yet to miss a shot. Peric, Haynes. This is De Nicolao again. Jump shot 3 attempted. foul from Svetkovic here. You can see. Trying to stop Mitchell Watt. Stopped him illegally. Sorella. Good pass from Haynes, but Peric denied. Brilliant defense from Movistar Estudiantes, and they quickly move to the front court. Svetkovic gets round his man, puts it up, beaten away, but the offensive foul's called. And that's going to be met by a chorus of boos from the home crowd. And Dinicoleo felt the full force of that. Already perhaps attempted to try and target Dinicoleo now that he's on 2 fouls, but backfired there. Well, Svetkovic actually has to be careful. He's on 2 fouls. Busy start to the game. Estudiantes, though, will be pleased overall as Haynes puts the ball into the hands here of Mitchell Watt. Dinicoleo coming under. Watt, well taken, difficult shot, backs it in. Mitchell Watt owning the scoring so far for Venezia. Omar Cook out from the backcourt. Landersberg providing company. Landersberg working his way past Peric and drawing the foul. And that takes Venezia to 4 fouls in the quarter. Any more, and that'll send Movistar Estudiantes to the free throw line. And as yet, we haven't seen any free throws. This is where the rubber hits the road now. 6 game days completed. These two, the only two not to have met each other. And that's a good tip back from Souton. Nice little follow. And Watt throws it down. Huge approach. And sent down with authority. Svetkovic, look at that. Mitchell Watt continues to do the business all on his own. Here is Alec Brown, though, with a 2-handed flush. It's a busy start for the big man. Already up to 8 points. Or 6 points, I beg your pardon. And that's nice. That's tidy from Dinicoleo, the first 3-pointer. In fact, it's a long 2 it's been called. Cook to Landersberg. And now Brown has been at the heart of all that's good. Souton for 3, and there's the first one from range. First attempt try from Goran Souton, and he drains it. The free throw shooting, the field goal shooting has been very impressive so far. Still, the home team haven't missed a shot. Comes in, tries the mid-ranger. The jump shot misses, but Peric is there to pick up the pieces. Haynes for 3, knocks it down. And the Estudiantes are pegged back. Just a 4-point lead now. Landersberg, the passing a joy to watch from the Spanish team. That has to be said. Cook, little bounce pass. Brown lost it there. It's a big, long way down for the big man. Haynes thought about the 3-point shot, shifts it over from the corner. Good. And now Venezia are talking. Slow start, but they have picked up the pieces, but immediately Svetkovic makes them pay. Not watching close enough on defense. Estudiantes got off to a flyer against Banvit last time out. They were 27-14 up after the first quarter. It's been a quick start, but they're not getting away from Umana Reyer Venezia. Dinicoleo, the execution on offensive moves, mighty impressive. Watt with a long 2, back off the iron, and with the defensive rebound is Goran Souton. Landersberg working his way, penetrating the lane, and puts it up and in off the glass. Nice angles, and the first timeout called, with Estudiantes leading from the front, 19-13. And once again, this man's been a handful. Sylvan Landersberg, already a couple of assists, and now a couple of points. Well, I think we're expecting a quick start, and it certainly transpired that way.
What fucking this out that defense by himself? That's a shot. Why we stay one-on-one and we give the right hand, everybody? And we spend foul for nothing. Bruno, 45, 45. We need to go stagger per te. Se sei quello che fa il blocco. 45, devi prendere gli stagger. Ci sei?
Well, I think both teams will be proud of those field goal percentages. Impressive so far, but you can hear Walter de Raffaele there chastening his defense there, making it way too easy, he says. Giving open shots for Movistar Estudiantes. It's been a flurry of points in this first quarter so far. They've shared 32 between them, and we've still got 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in it. Geraminas Orelic is into play here for Umana Reyer Venezia for the first time tonight. Just a reminder of his talents. International player for Lithuania, 15.2 points per game so far in this year's Champions League. Not to mention his nearly 3 assists and over 5 boards as well. Very important player for Umana Reyer Venezia. It was Watt. This is Haynes. Bounce pass. Return to Watt, who throws it down one-handed. What a play from Umana Reyer Venezia. We've got a copped an earful there from the coach and immediately respond. The pass ambitious. Bruno Sorella keeps it out. Plenty of changes there. Movistar also making a couple of switches. Sutton and Svetkovic going out. Brizuela and Kana Medley have come in. Brizuela, the aforementioned, and Landersberg throws one up, misses, but is there to get the rebound and somehow missed again, surprisingly. Haynes, what now? Trying to work his way into the lane. Thought about putting up a shot, instead finds Nicolaou. Out to Orelic for 3. Geraminas Orelic trying to get started, misses this time. And Umana Venezia will certainly hope he can find that magic touch which won them the game against Beirut last time out. Buzzer beater, literally in the dying embers of the game. Kept them with just 1 defeat next to their name. 5-1. As I mentioned, a couple of weeks off for the World Cup qualifiers. Nicolaou goes to the bench, and on comes, which I'm not sure. Haynes. Green it is, who's come in. Marquez Green. Orelic finds Watt with the shot clock down to 2. Finishes impressively. Watt already up into double digits. The game high scorer on 10. This is Brown. Brizuela, they move the ball so sharpish. Not too much time now. Green. Orelic. Johnson and Orelic getting away from Kana Medley. Block, what a block. Brown with the swat, and Landersberg to the front court, and Estudiantes building momentum here. Haven't scored since the timeout, but that was a very impressive bit of defense from Alec Brown. Landersberg in the meantime drawing the foul, but check this out from Nick Kana Medley. Squashes the play. Dominic Johnson, averaging almost 12 points per game so far in this year's Basketball Champions League season. That's his first foul called against him. First free throws this evening. No mistake made by Sylvan Landersberg. Maybe shaping up to be a fruitful night for him. in front of the basket. 7 points so far. Trailing only Mitchell Watt in the game, but Venezia are the ones that are behind. We are now in the final minute of this first quarter. Johnson and Orlik for three, a high one. Misses again, and he's so far none from two from beyond the arc. Averaging just shy 50% from three-point range this season. Gediminas Orlik, and he's a danger. Here is Ludwig Herkatzen, the Swede. Johnson finds Landesberg in the lane, passes, and no finish this time. Blocked again, beautifully. Dominic Johnson. Been a frenetic first quarter. Both teams have been busy on offense. There's not much of a differential between shot clock and time left in the quarter, which is why they're taking their time here. Johnson, when he think about one from downtown, no, he'll fizz the pass out. And there's the foul. Drawn by Marquez Green. Cannot take your eyes off the action though. 5.2 seconds remain in the contest. Haynes goes to the bench, and Green steps up to the line, misses his first. To the frustration of a man who wears his heart on his sleeve, I think it's fair to say, Walter De Raffaele. They started their Basketball Champions League campaign with 2 three-figure scores. Umana Reyer Venezia, they were taken to overtime by Banvit and Ike. They beat Banvit, they lost to Ike, their only defeat so far this season. And they're in a rush to get to the front court, Landesberg, but he ran into a teammate and there's no score to be had there. And we thought this might be a tight game, and it is turning out to be so in this Basketball Champions League encounter. Just 2 points separate the sides. It's Movistar Estudiantes 20, Umana Reyer Venezia 18. Well, a flurry of points early on. Estudiantes couldn't miss a shot to start with. The percentage has just dropped a little since, but from two-point range, they'll take 62%, I'm sure. As we see some highlights of the first quarter of action, Alec Brown got the first score, and it proved to be a productive first 10 minutes for the experienced American. Averaging double digits points per game this season, and he hasn't disappointed so far for his team. Not seen too much three-point shooting so far. Mitchell Watt's been impressive. Double digits for him. 10 points already. Averaging a point a minute he's been on court. And Umana Reyer Venezia just mixing things up as that first quarter went on. Alec Brown has been at the heart of much that's been good. Let's look at the turnovers. 2-3 so far, in fact, for Estudiantes. Just the 2 for Umana Reyer Venezia, so not that many, to be honest, but the rebounds is interesting. 11 boards racked up by the Spaniards so far, just 6 for Umana Reyer Venezia. 4 offensive rebounds, 2 of them from Sylvan Landesberg for Movistar Estudiantes. So Landesberg leading the way, 7 points, 2 offensive boards. Mitchell Watt has been tremendous so far, shooting more than 70% from the field, and there's been plenty of entertaining moments, some big dunks, some big swats, some blocks as well. Let's see what the second quarter throws up, and it'll be Brizuela to get things going. Dario Brizuela to inbound. Herkatzen. Medley. Orlik got something there in the face. Left feeling his nose for a moment there. Herkatzen waiting. And what a pass that is. The left-hand hook shot misses on this occasion from Arteaga. Orlik back to the basket. Picks out a good pass. Stefano Tonnet looking for the layup, and he's blocked off by the towering figure of Victor Arteaga. Moving it quickly to the front court. Getting into the lane is Hakanson. To Vicedo, and the right hand hook is good this time from Arteaga. Opens his account for the night. Just mixed up the players on the court at the back end of that first quarter, and both coaches happy to stay with the replacements, if you like, in the start of the second quarter. Hakanson against Green. Brizuela, Hakanson. Good passing play once again from Movistar Estudiantes. They're pretty easy on the eye, and the layup misses this time, back off the rim, and quickly moved on by Green, who's found Johnson, and Johnson has lost control of the ball, and it's gone out of bounds. He's really quick, Dominic Johnson. Everything he does. He's about 4 times the speed of the average player, it seems. 4 rebounds so far for him. He hasn't scored a point yet. Hakanson. Turnovers now up to 5 for Umana Reyer Venezia will be of concern. Hakanson getting away from Green and finding Arteaga. Vicedo. Shot clock now down to 3 seconds. It's got to be used, and he puts up a prayer and misses everything. Slightly rushed on offense that time, Movistar Estudiantes. And they've been pegged back here by the champions of Italy after a very bright start. 1 point leading by 10. Umana Reyer Venezia haven't led at any point yet in this game, despite being top of the group coming into the game week with 5 wins out of 6. And looking to return to the top tonight after Strasbourg's win yesterday. He saw off the threat of Turkish side Banvit. Foul call on Kano Medley. Orelic thought about the shot from the top of the mountain. Instead feeds Voye Peric. It's into the hands of Green. And they've lost it. And Brizuela will bring it to the front court on his own. Big tracked, and he hangs from the chandeliers. Dario Brizuela with a huge put down. He was being followed closely there, but he won the race. Orelic holds the ball in one hand. Johnson. Orelic for 3. Good. First 3-pointer of the night, and I very much doubt it's the last from Gediminas Orelic. A little bit slow out of the traps, but that could be the turning point for him. Tough shot. Trickles out, and Orelic's there for the rebound. And Orelic going all the way, seemingly goes to Peric now on the perimeter. The big man trying to work his way into the lane, and he does. And he puts up the right-hand shot, and he makes it. And now it is just a 1-point game. Umana Reyer Venezia come right back into this from 10 points down in the first quarter. Now not yet midway through the second. But the trajectory, the momentum is with the Italians. Brizuela. Where's he looking here? Switches. And for 3. Missed this time by Kano Medley. And Green. And Peric with space, thought about stepping out and shooting, instead comes to the rack and puts it up and in with the help of the glass. And for the first time tonight, Venezia in the lead. Hakanson. Ooh, faked the shot, instead played the pass into the lane. Kano Medley fouled by Dominic Johnson. Very interesting front court battle, that one. Now he has to be a little careful, up to 2 fouls as well. Joining the likes of Danikolao and Svetkovic. Well, that levels matters. Green. Peric. They were sloppy in the second quarter against Banvit Movistar Estudiantes. They lost the second quarter by 32-14 against the towering Turks. And so far they've been a little bit sloppy in this second quarter, and Umana Reyer Venezia are turning the screw now. Foul drawn by the impressive Biliga. Pisado has the foul called on him. And it's the first score for Biliga tonight. To go with his couple of rebounds. So both free throws made. It'll go to the bench. And on comes Mitchell Watt again, who is still the highest scorer in this game. We haven't seen him yet in the second quarter. To add to his 10 so far accumulated. As Hakanson finds Brizuela, and those two combining nicely out of the backcourt. For three. Count it! Garan Souton. Hits from three-point range for the second time. Watt. Johnson. Into Orlik. Orlik penetrating. Gets on the runway. Puts it back out of Peric. Now in the corner. Back to Peric. Oh, what a move. And it deserved the finish, and it got it. Umana Reyer Venezia lighting up the court here on the outskirts of Madrid. Hakanson. Throws up a little jumper, not to be for him, and swept up into the hands of Watt again. And Watt under the rack now, denied and called for travelling. I think Mitchell Watt was expected to get a couple of free throws there, and in the end it was a good piece of defense from Movistar Estudiantes. Changes continue to come thick and fast. Who's back in? Well, the answer is Sylvan Landersberg. Souton with a brilliant block a moment ago. Now here he is on offense. On the runway. Finishes in style. Does Ludwig Hakanson. So far, Souton's been impressive, you know. 2 block shots, 8 points, 4 rebounds. One to watch tonight. As Green finds Watt. Watt looking to put Umana Reyer Venezia back in front. Peric, shot clock down to single digits. Throws up the jump shot, banks it in. Clever use of the backboard there. Hakanson. Now Umana Reyer Venezia are shooting better than their opponents in the field. That wasn't the case in the first quarter. Hakanson, oh, not the pass Landersberg wanted, and another turnover here, but this time it's the Spanish team who are a little bit loose in possession. Off goes Green. One-point game here. It's been pretty tight throughout. For a moment, Estudiantes did have a 10-point lead in the first quarter, but that was very quickly erased by the Italian champions, who've worked it neatly here. And Peric with a one-handed throwdown. Oh, so simple. And Peric now having a very memorable night. 10 points for him. He matches Mitchell Watt in the points column. Landersberg. It was Visado, and Landersberg for 3. Misses everything altogether. And a bit of respite here for Umana Reyer Venezia. Talked about how they were turning the screw here. And Movistar Estudiantes have lost some momentum. They're going to make a change. Off goes Hakanson. And on comes Omar Cook, the assist specialist. Formerly of the Portland Trail Blazers and the Toronto Raptors. Orlik for 3. Oh, yeah. That'll do. Get him in. It's Orlik finding his range here. He got off to a sluggish start from downtown, but that's 2 threes in succession. Umana Reyer Venezia have a 6-point lead, and it's the first timeout called by Movistar Estudiantes. With work to be done here, let's have a little listen to the coach.
Atento que nos están metiendo ahora puertas atrás, chicos. Vamos a trabajar.
Umana Reyer Venezia slowly come to the party from three-point range, but all of a sudden clicking into gear. Their last 2 3-point shots, both successes from Gediminas Orelic. He's a player that Movistar Estudiantes want to tie down. At the moment, they're pretty much shading every statistic now. Umana Reyer Venezia, except turnovers. And they have had 2 more than Movistar Estudiantes. That was one of them, which was finished off nicely by Dario Brizuela. And the players take to the court once more, with Umana Reyer Venezia turning things around pretty impressively so far in this second quarter. They trailed by 2 at the end of the first. They lead by 6 now. They did trail by 10 at one point in the first. Venezia look for another road win to go 6-1, and that will go a long way to confirming their place in the knockout phase. Long way to go yet, though. After this game, it's just the halfway stage. Shot clock, though, down to 3 here. Landersberg's got to use it, throws up a shot, misses, and Peric will run away with it for Umana Reyer Venezia. Plenty of time. Goes to Watt. Just about manages to hold on, despite pressure from Souton, and Souton again has been impressive on defence already with a handful of blocks. Again, stops Mitchell Watt from doing what he wanted to. Unfortunately for him, the last touch was off him, so it will remain in possession for Umana Reyer Venezia, who have very quickly called a timeout off the back of the last one. Let's see if we can hear from Walter to Raffaelli.
Ahora lo que preparan ellos, ¿de acuerdo?
Concentrado, ¿dónde están Oreli?
Ahora, estás en el lado del balón, ¿vale? Esta zona.
In the meantime, we're hearing from Salva Maldonado. There it is, the turning point in the first quarter. Estudiantes up by 10. Quickly, Venezia withdrew, with a rushing wind, managed to claw back a lot of those points, and since then they have taken off and in danger of leaving Movistar Estudiantes trailing in their wake before half-time. We've got just over 2 minutes left in the half. There's Omar Cook. Returns to the court with a determined look on his face. Nicolao will inbound here. Oh, he's given it away straight to his opposite number there, Cook, who feeds Landersberg, and Landersberg trying to get up to the bucket, draws the foul. And those are the errors that Umana Reyer Venezia be keen to cut out, that's for sure. Quite sure what Nicolao was trying to do there. Threw it straight to Cook, who found Landersberg. He was a little off balance, but drew the foul. While taking the shot and goes to the free throw line. Marcus Haynes, the guilty party, goes to 2 personals. Landersberg, one of the most trusted members of this roster from the charity stripe. He does miss the second free throw. At the moment, doesn't look in danger of troubling his haul of 31 points from last week. He's going to need a big second half. Just 8 points for him thus far. This is Nicolao. Haynes. Good pass looking for Watt, and who just about grabs it away from the youngster Sola. Very exciting talent is Adam Sola, just 17 years of age. Straight into the thick of things there, not afraid to get his hands dirty. Both teams with a lot of fouls to play with in the remaining 1,055,000. That's the first foul call on Sola. He's only been on the court a minute or so. Inbound by Johnson, I beg your pardon, it was. Nicolaou tries the jumper, and again gets the foul. So certainly into the thick of things here, Adam Sola. 2 fouls in quick succession. Two from the line. And Umana Reyer Venezia's lead grows once more. Sola. Biggest lead they've had in this game now. Up to 7 points. For 3. This time Goran Suton misses, but it's put in on the rebound by Alec Brown, who has just swept up those bread and butter opportunities when he's got them. He's on 8 points. 1:24 left on the clock here. Nicolaou to Watts to Peric. And once again in the hands of Hrvoje Peric. No look pass. What? Can't finish. Well, the pass from Peric deserved points, really. He didn't get him, though, this time from Mitchell Watt. But sometimes Umana Reyer Venezia, like they're playing on another planet. That was a beautiful piece of work there by Hrvoje Peric, the Croatian. Cook. Called on an offensive foul. Moments like that could change momentum again. In fact, it's not Cook who's called on the offensive, but Brown. You can see it there quite clearly. They'll not get a technical foul if they're not careful here. The coach clearly unhappy with the call, but if he saw the replay we've just seen, you'd know he doesn't really have a foot to stand on. Peric. Watt. Nicolaou. And Mitchell Watt again puts up a right-hand floated shot, and he makes it. And Umana Reyer Venezia again have a 7-point lead here. Chance of 2 plays then before half-time by the looks of things. Cook. Again, another turnover, and that will mean that the shot clock and time left in the quarter are identical. 24 seconds left in the half, and there's no question that Umana Reyer Venezia will not be in a hurry here. They already have their biggest lead of this game. Sola must be a bit careful about fouling here. He's already on 2 personal fouls. He's only been on the court a handful of minutes. Peric puts it into the hands of his teammate. Now Peric from the high post, rims out. There's 4 seconds left, and there is the foul. It's not a lot of time here for Estudiantes to get a score and look to bring down that Umana Reyer Venezia lead. They're looking for a 3-point shot, I reckon, to take it to a double-digit advantage. Not to be. Whatever they trail by at half-time will be less for Movistar Estudiantes than it was in their last Basketball Champions League game. They were down by 9, and they came back to within 2. They need to win the second half here, that goes without saying. Cook asking a bit too much from that pass. But the ball did go out again, and they've still got one last chance here, I reckon. 1.4 seconds. And so, wisely, the coach has called for a timeout. Half-time just around the corner. What have they got plotted here? That is for Salva Maldonado and his team to know, and us to find out. Only one player really stepping up so far for Movistar.
If it's a strange situation, okay? We reach the shot. Okay, Andrea. Okay, let's go. Only 3, 4, and 5.
Well, no in-depth tactics there from Walter de Rafael. It's a strange situation. He's in 1.4 seconds. It's not a lot of time. Enough time for a score is the opinion of Salvo Maldonado, of course. And he'll be hoping his side can come to within 4 points if they manage to knock down a 3. Let's see what they can make of it. Omar Cook. Inbound. Landesberg gets the shot off in time, but it's not a successful one. And the first half belongs to Umana Reyer Venezia, the Italian champions who topped Group C coming into this game week. Looking set to stay there, it would seem. They are 7 points clear at half-time here in Madrid. It is Movistar Estudiantes 33, Umana Reyer Venezia 40. Well, very high standards in Group C. This is, I think, the tightest group in the whole of this year's competition. Umana Reyer Venezia have looked in fantastic form. They've won a lot of narrow games. This one at the outset looked like it would be another tight one, and it is. At least pretty much at half-time. Umana Reyer Venezia getting away. They trailed by 10 at 1 point in the first quarter, but they have slowly but surely chipped away at first to that Movistar Estudiantes lead, and now they have an advantage of their own thanks to the likes of Mitchell Watt and Avoye Peric. The big men have stepped up to the plate with 12 and 10 points each respectively. Alec Brown's been good, at least early on he was for Movistar, with 8 points and 3 rebounds, 2 of which have been offensive boards. Sylvan Landesberg 8 points as well, as has Goran Suton, who I think has been the best player for Estudiantes so far. The Croatian has managed 8 points as well, and 4 rebounds, and a couple of impressive blocks as well. It's been a busy first half. There's been some highlight reel moments, and there's been some top quality basketball, but it certainly is Umana Reyer Venezia who will be the happier of the two sides at the break. Leave you with highlights of the first half. It's a 7-point game here. Don't go too far. We'll be back to bring you quarters 3 and 4 just around the corner. Well, a very good evening. Welcome back to the Pavillon Jorge Garbajosa here on the outskirts of the Spanish capital, Madrid. It is half-time in this Basketball Champions League encounter, game day 7. Movistar Estudiantes 33, Umana Reyer Venezia 40 is the score at this stage. So, Salva Maldonado's team have it all to do in this second half. They trail by 7 to the group leaders. The Italian champions have once again been impressive tonight, executing on offense particularly well. And now they have to devise a way to turn this around. The momentum was with the Italians more and more as the first half wore on. They trailed after the first 10 minutes by 2. In fact, before that, they trailed by 10 at one point. They won the second quarter 22-13, did Venice, and they are well set up now to make this another tick in the box, another win on the road, another chance to move back to the top of the table following Strasbourg's win over Banvit last night. In the maroon, Umana Reyer Venezia are going to get us underway. Bruno Sorella is preparing to inbound to get this third quarter off and running. Nicolao into Mitchell Watt. Now Haynes. Nicolao throws up a floated shot and sees it come back. Now here is the teenage sensation, Adam Sola. In the front court, finding Landersberg, now Omar Cook. And for a fast start here to erase the deficit, Cook leaves Haynes on the floor and shoots and scores. Real neat play that from Estudiantes. They're off and running in the second half. Here is Nicolao now. In a bit of foul trouble for Venezia, and it's come off Watt and it's turned over. This is the start of the start Estudiantes were looking for. Landersberg puts it into the hands of Cook, who calls for Brown to move and perhaps to set a screen, and he found Brown here for 3 from way downtown. Count it! Double digits and more then for Alec Brown. 13 points so far. Peric. And 5 points already. Nicolao. It's another poor pass, and suddenly Movistar Estudiantes threatening to level up the scores. They haven't come to the races yet in this third quarter, and their lead could be wiped out here if they keep their wits about them here at Estudiantes. Cook, Landersberg using Savat, and here he is. It's effort Savannah of Senegal, and he has levelled the scores with his first bit of work tonight. Peric. 7-0 run started the third quarter. Haynes to Peric. Peric for 3 from way outside. Nothing but net. Cook. Brown. Landersberg. No, not this time. That would have been to level it up again. Haynes with a good bounce pass. Now switch back out, Nicolao. Nicolao rolls the pass in. Watt misses, swatted away. Back in the hands of Haynes though. Give and go for 3. Good. Marcus Haynes doubles his tally for the night. Venice very quickly built that lead back up, but it's drawn straight back. Alec Brown drains another 3. He hasn't missed a shot yet tonight, Alec Brown. 7 from 7 from the field. A very impressive night for the towering American. That's well cut out. Five from inside, 2 from beyond the arc for Brown. 3 rebounds to go with it as well. He's leading on the efficiency charts by some distance in this contest. Haynes now. Feeds a good pass and a trip to the rack, up off the glass from Nicolaou. Well played, that man. And look at this. Back to a 1-point game again. Is it? No, sorry. 5-point game. Cook. Forgot for a moment which way Movistar were going. 60% almost from the field is impressive. From the corner for three. Left a little shy by Sola. He's blown a little hot and cold in the time he's been on the court. Peric. Not this time, usually has a radar on his own wavelength with Mitchell. Not that time. The pass supplied was not the one required. Landersberg, Cook, Savan in the centre, Sola out on the perimeter, Brown with a right-hand floater. Continues to accumulate points and continues to keep a 100% record from the field. Nicolaou. Watch, Peric, hot hands tonight. Peric for three. Flat trajectory, back off the iron, into the hands of Cook. Here he is, Cook, on the runway. Trying to be a bit too intricate, lost out, and he went for Savan with a pass. Now Nicolaou gets it from Peric, returned with interest. That was a push from Cook. So Cook bring it out of the backcourt, watched closely by Marcus Green. And Estudiantes here have got some momentum back on their side in the third quarter. They really struggled in the second, averaging just 13 points, but they've already almost got to that tally halfway through the third quarter. Svetkovic for three, good! And that is scores level, and that is timeout called by Walter de Raffaelli. Umana Reyer Venezia have been pulled back here, reeled in. And Svetkovic doing the business from beyond the perimeter.
In offense, on pick-and-roll situation, the best open is out. It's not to the roll. Watch. We go L in offense. We go L in offense. So we play with DJ here, pass, end of back, and this. Bruno, hypercats. Okay. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Downtown shooting, impressive. Umana Reyer Venezia, you can argue one of the differences between the sides has been that they've been pretty similar, as you can see, from two-point range. Brown has been on fire. Incredible performance from him so far. He's 8 from 8 from the field, 18 points he has accumulated. The only man in double digits so far, though, for Movistar Estudiantes. Screen puts it into the hands of Johnson, and now Peric driving and in the lane, put up and in by Billiger. Reyer Venezia not going to surrender this lead easily. And the errors need to be cut out. Got to be ruthless. And they're playing the team top of the group. You've got to be pretty much flawless. They must know that. Here is Peric. Up against Souton. I haven't seen that much of Gediminas Orlik tonight from Umana Reyer Venezia. Haven't needed him. Peric had a good game. He floats up a high one. Billiger's done well under the bucket. Everybody in blue wanting that to be a turnover. It is not. As Peric goes to the bench. I'm not convinced. To look at that again, I think it might actually have come off Billiger last. And here he is, throwing it down with a thunder jam. Paul Billiger with a huge dunk. Svetkovic, as Estudiantes once again have to come from behind. They trail by 4. It could be just one after this. No. Rims out with a 3-point effort. And here is Green. The battle of the number 4s. Green up against Svetkovic. Orlik onto the court now for Venezia. Good pass in the lane. Dropped though by Billiger. Took the rough with the smooth with him. Landersberg with a pass and a sweet finish from Goran Souton. Veteran play. Double digits now for the Croatian. 10 points, 4 boards. Orlik. Don't let him have any space from downtown. They know that. Green. Orlik works it to Billiger, and a step-back jumper is good. Venezia just keeping their noses in front here, but it's not been a chance so far to grow their lead this third quarter. They've seen it shaved. Clever pass. Landersberg trying to get up the baseline. Dropped though by Savan, and he has lost it. And Umana Reyer Venezia will take their time to get to the front court. It's work now to Johnson. Johnson turns and fires a beauty from mid-range. Svetkovic, long 2, good. Knocks it down, withdraws. And a 4-point game again here in Madrid. Orlik, Sorella, Green, Marquez Green, Johnson from way downtown, off the iron. Sorella was there. But not legally. You can see it again, they're climbing all over Goran Souton. Just gave him a little nudge in the back. Changes continue to come. Edgar Vicedo comes on. Sylvan Landersberg. Fairly ineffective night for him so far by his very high status. Averages more than 18 points per game. The 3rd highest scorer in this year's Basketball Champions League on average points. Just the 6 points so far. I'd be surprised if we see him again before they started the 4th quarter. Chance to rest the big players. Good bounce pass, and no finish this time from Souton, but there is a foul, and he will go to the free throw line. Cleverly played through the legs. Green. Now Dominic Johnson. Almost lost it there. Shot clock down to single digits. Johnson penetrates and puts it up. Doesn't get the roll. And now here will come Movistar Estudiantes. They could really eat into the lead here. Svetkovic up against Bilica. Pressure firmly on Umana Reyer Venezia in this third quarter. Now then, from the perimeter, it's no good from Kana Medley, but they've done well on the offensive rebound there, and Omar Cook puts it up and in. Doubles his tally for the night, and Umana Reyer Venezia's lead is down to just 2 points. Now then, Johnson, 20 seconds left in the half. There'll be time for one more play here. And Movistar Estudiantes have 15 seconds. They could level it up. It would be very interesting to see the scores level heading into the final quarter. Omar Cook, bounce pass, well worked, and put up and in by Goran Suton. And there was no time left for Umana Reyer Venezia to have way of response. There's been 3 overtime games already involving Umana Reyer Venezia in this year's Basketball Champions League. We could yet have another. 1 quarter left to play, and the scores are dead even. Movistar Estudiantes 56, Umana Reyer Venezia 56.
Guys, that's the energy we need. When we have the energy, doesn't matter who says everything. We can do it. We're talking. Everybody's involved. That's what we need.
Comunicación atrás, por favor, comunicación. Sobre todo las que impliquen a los dos pivots. Comunicaros, no podemos ir los dos con el mismo. Atentos a los roles de Bingli este. Atentos al rol, el otro quiere pasar, Sí, el base, quiere pasarla.
Para no esta partida, quiere pasar un poco de gracia. No, Fitzcas. No into one. Regular. Okay. And you play the 4. Then, now we can spread the floor until with the 4 system. Okay. And then you choose the spot goal. Watch out.
Well, this game is just perfectly set up, really, for the final 10 minutes here, plus possibly overtime. Wouldn't be surprised. This group's just so tight, and the champions of Italy have been put under pressure here. They led by 7 at half-time, but that has been eradicated since. With some polished play, as we see some replays of Avoye Peric's impressive three-point shooting, but that has been matched, or more than matched, really, by Alec Brown, who is still yet to miss a shot. He's been on the court 18 minutes. He's scored 18 points. He's made 8 field goals, 2 of them from beyond the arc. Altogether, a very impressive performance from the American. Not the only player in double digits either for Movistar Estudiantes. Goran Suton with 12 points and 4 rebounds to date. Umana Reyer Venezia, Avoye Peric and Mitchell Watt to thank for the majority of their points tonight, but it's time for somebody else to step up to the plate, and that player could well be Paul Belliat. He was impressive in that third quarter. Standout performance. Chance for the lead. Just left short. And good work at the boards from Bilica. And immediately it's into the hands of Dominic Johnson, the highly influential player that he is. And that's a missed shot. Orlik denied. Svetkovic, the big man in the lane. Sutton. And turned over, and here is an easy dunk for Marcus Haynes. Who makes the points count, but there's a problem down the other end of the court, and it is a nasty looking injury this for Alexander Svetkovic. We'll see this again. Got onto his foot there, not quite sure what happened. Just turned, did it, awkwardly? Appears to be in contact with any other player. Maybe just twist it on the hardwood there. Hakansen. Brizuela. And now Cano Medley. Ludwig Hakansen. It's much of him in the second half. Plays a nice pass. And that is a beauty. Goran Sutton grabbing the ball by the horns. The game by the scruff of the neck. And Estudiantes have the lead for the first time since the second quarter. The game has relied or swung on big changes of momentum, and that is certainly with Movistar Estudiantes right now. That's a handsome finish. Gediminas Orlik getting the foul as well. And they go to the line and the chance of a three-point play. Clever. Well, come these tense moments, you need big game players, and Gediminas Orlik is certainly that. And they've given Umana Reyer Venezia a lead, however slight it might be. Dario Brizuela, standing point guard for Cook, hasn't been as effective. Hakansen. Shot clock down to 3. It's got to be used really quickly here. Is there even space for a shot here? There's nothing more than a prayer, that from Goran Sutton. He misses, and it's turnover, and Johnson is there. To Peric. Feeds a decent pass, lovely from Orlik, and easy too for Mitchell Watt to dunk. And this is where they are so good in Umana Reyer Venezia. Those big moments, doing the simple things well, not complicating matters. And what a block! High quality play that by Mitchell Watt. And on those moments, games do turn. Check this out. Well, in a moment we will. We'll see that foul. But this is the moment for me. Swats it against the glass. Mitchell Watt already has impressed on offense. 14 points, 4 boards, but not shirking his defensive responsibilities either. Hakansen has his second personal foul. Bruno Sorella has to go. He's on 4. Johnson for 3 from the corner. In and out. Recycled. Peric left short. And Brown makes the rebound hits. Awkward fall there for Brizuela, but he gets to his feet. He's all right. Almost another turnover. Ball off the foot. And possession will stay with Movistar Estudiantes. Need to stay within touching distance here of Umana Reyer Venezia. They ran away with that second quarter, the Italians. They will want to do the same here in the fourth, having got themselves back into the lead. Vicedo. This is for 3. Brizuela drains it and brings Estudiantes back to within 1 point. Oh, well, the 1 point. Haynes. Pressure cooker atmosphere now. This is Orlik. Back off the iron. Well taken there by Vicedo. And Medley gets in the lane. Casado. It's not going to count. Still they trail by 1, but the lead may be coming after this play. We'll see. Ludwig Håkansson. Visado. Brizuela thought about the one from range. Instead comes darting in, plays up the pass, and it is finished. And there is the lead once more for Movistar Estudiantes. Suddenly belief rising inside the gym. Dominic Johnson. Has he thrown it away here? He has. Brizuela escapes with the ball. And he might go all the way. No, he won't. He will be fouled, though. And there's definitely the feeling that the winds of change have certainly favoured Umana Reyer, certainly favoured Movistar Estudiantes. The second half has been a totally different story so far to the first. And turnovers will be an issue to look at for the visitors. 13 now in the game, more than their usual. Battle of the boards has been very close.
Easy things, guys, but the difference is that, Carol, when they use this stagger, you can switch, guys. If you see that is in late on the shooter. Brizuela is a shooter. And when the ball is on the side, go into black, guys. Into black. Don't allow that it goes middle. It's their ball. It's their 5. Come on, guys. Switch 3, 4, and 5. Let's go, guys.
They look a motivated bunch to Umana Reyer Venezia. You don't have records in the Champions League of 5-1 without determination as well as high quality. Not to mention their impressive domestic league form as well. And clearly, the coach warning against giving Brizuela space on the perimeter. A little bit of an issue for Dominic Johnson. Fell awkwardly. Doesn't look like we're going to see him in the next minute or two. Whether we'll see him again in the game, we will have to wait and determine. Håkansson. They've worked this nicely. Movistar. The right-hand hook shot, though, just wouldn't quite fall for Alec Brown. And Marcus Haynes will bring it to the front court for Umana Reyer Venezia. Nicolao. Trying to work his way. Oh, what a bounce pass, and put up and in by Nicolao. Wonderful vision, wonderfully worked. Wonderful basketball from Umana Reyer Venezia. They have the lead again, which keeps changing hands. We've got a really good game of basketball on here on game day 7. Who's going to take it? Brizuela. Visado. Can't get it to go. It's a very tight group, this one. Top 4 is where the teams are targeting to advance to the round of 16. 5th and 6th gets you to the FIBA Europe Cup. 7th and 8th, and you're out. They have been resting Sylvan Landersberg the last few minutes. They're going to want a big finish from him in the last 5 minutes. Haynes. In the meantime, Orlik. He's the finisher. Nicolao and Orlik from the top of the mountain. No way! Gediminas Orlik coming to the party now. 12 points, 5 assists, and a handful of rebounds to go with him as well. He started really slow from the perimeter. I think he missed his first 3. I think he's made all his last 3. Omar Cook. Asked Mehdi Beirut about his ability from the perimeter. Cook misses the simple layup, and Brown is smothered which or what.
Could be that here we got Pero, Ore and Mitch. Okay, so Pero y Ore. Venga, vamos a jugar, buen trabajo. Buen trabajo. Aquí está Nick, ¿de acuerdo? Vamos a jugar aquí buenos rizos de algún portacanasta que puede trabajar más esto. Después de esto, base, sigo jugando y si no, con el lado contrario. Vamos a darle, hay 13 segundos.
Stop on defense, come on.
On offense, keep changing the ball sides.
So, 4.5 minutes remain in what has been a very intense game. Movistar Estudiantes looking to come back here. As they have done several times before. A sportsmanlike foul is called. And Marcus Haynes, see this again? Yeah, got a hold of the shirt of Dario Brizuela. He needs to be a little careful. He's 2 fouls away from being out of the game. Brizuela misses the first free throw. These are important points here on offer. He does make the second with a bit of a rattle, and they will have the possession. To settle him down a little bit. Omar Cook. Brown. Brizuela for 3. Haynes suddenly finding himself in real trouble. Brizuela is going to go to the line for 3 free throws here. Never found the shooter from beyond the arc, or you'll pay a hefty price. And this could see the scores levelled again. And how many tight games have these two been involved with? Quite a lot, to be honest. Movistar Estudiantes began the group phase with victories over Ike and Rosa Radom, but they've since struggled, winning just 1 of their last 4. Lost 3 very tight games against Strasbourg, against Olympia, and on the road to Banvit last time out. But they did beat Midi Beirut in overtime, so they can hold their nerve. And they're going to need to here as they level up the scores. Haynes now 1 foul from being out of the game. Nicolaou. Orlik plays it back out to what who missed, and everything going the way of Movistar Estudiantes here, much to Walter de Rafaeli's frustration and annoyance. Our last season's 4th place team in the Champions League going to go down here in Madrid. Omar Cook rolls away. Landersberg back out. This is Brizuela. They know that he likes to shoot, and they left him open, but he does miss the shot. Nicolaou brings it to the front court here. Umana Reyer Venezia need to start making their offensive plays count. They've been a little sluggish here. Haynes for 3. Could have been a significant moment, but he's lost out there, and Landersberg brings it forward. Brizuela will hang out in the corner. Oh, what a block that is. What they're showing great desire. All set then for a grandstand finish here. 3 minutes, 15 seconds remain. Both coaches have timeouts to play with. Landersberg tries to go it alone. Did that come off Watt? Yes, it did, but the shot clock now reads just 4 seconds on it. He may have wasted precious time there. It'll be tough to get a good shot off, but he certainly can do it. Cook. And it's stolen. Nicolaou there read that. And he's got Orlik to his left. Nicolaou thought about using Peric, instead goes to Watt. Watt holding on to it. Nicolaou again. And the foul called before Watt goes to the rack. Orlik. Looking for space on the edge of the lane. Orlik. Beaten off the ball there, and the foul called. And looking to the heavens in frustration here. Mitchell Watt. Is he stationary? No. Clear foul. As a result, they will go to the line. 5 fouls now in the quarter. And Omar Cook to give Estudiantes the lead at a crucial stage in the game. They have trailed for much of this second half. And they're going to take the game by the scruff of the neck, though, when it most matters. Vamos, they shout from the stands. This would be a big win if they can do it. Johnson feeds Watt. And Watt this time is fouled. And that is a foul limit for Estudiantes, so they're going to go to the line. Omar Cook, the offender here. His first foul, though, he's not in any foul trouble. The players that are in foul trouble: Marcus Haynes on 4, Bruno Sorella also on 4. Maximum for the home team, Desedo and Svetkovic have 3 fouls against their name apiece. No real worries there then. Mitchell Watt. To contend with 1 or 2 supporters looking to put him off, but he's not unused to that, and he makes both free throws count, and the score's once again levelled up. And there's almost inevitability about the feeling of overtime at the moment. We'll see if it actually materialises. Two teams have been level for quite a long time. Criswella for 3. Could have been significant. It's back off the rim. Johnson is there to take the catch, but the foul was given. Yeah, clear hold again from Voye Peric. They've done it a few times in Umana Reyer Venezia. They're not going to get away with it. They've got to learn. Brown likes it. This is the second, so it is just 1 point in it. Johnson, the tension palpable. Johnson for 3. Left it well short, but it's well taken. And he might get a second try. He will. Johnson tries again and knocks it down this time. And Umana Reyer Venezia are propelled in front. That was fine work there by Bruno Sorella. They've taken a punt on, given that he is on 4 personal fouls, but he recycled the ball so well. Cook. Up a high one. And stolen. And here go Umana Reyer Venezia, not in a rush here. Transition play, Dominic Johnson. He's got Peric, Orlik, Nicolaou and Sorella for company. Where's he going to go? He goes to Orlik, and Orlik thought about going from range, and he has the ball taken out of his hands. And now here go Estudiantes in transition. Can they execute? Yes, they can. Sylvan Landersberg. He's had a terrible night. 2 from 10 from the field before that. But he makes it count when it most matters. And we have a timeout called. And yes, once again, the score's level. No, the timeout's not been called today, but I thought it was. But it is not. 61 seconds. That's all that remains. Nicolaou. We are into the last minute. Orlik for 3, could be massive. Oh, he knocks it down. Gediminas Orlik. When you need a three-pointer, he's the man you turn to. He won the game against Beirut last time out. That might have won it, we'll see. Cook for 3 to respond. Leaves it short, it's not tipped in. And they will survive here, Umana Reyer Venezia with a Cook. Amazing from him. And they draw the foul, and that was not the response that Umana Reyer Venezia wanted. Trying to keep the ball in their hands. Johnson there, a little careless. Cook with a brilliant steal, in fairness. Great piece of opportunism from him. They're just trying to be a bit too clever. Brazila makes the first. They're willing it in, you can see. These are nervous times in the Pabellon Jorge Garbiosa Arena. 2 from 2. Clutch basketball from the free throw line. It's a 1-point game. And here is where the game is won or lost. Alec Brown goes to the bench. Interesting move. Umana Reyer Venezia have a 1-point lead. They're not going to be in a rush to take the shot. I'm not sure whether they want to foul here. They have fouled. Cook on Johnson. Free throw shooting just so important at this stage. 2 from 2 from Johnson. And a timeout called with Estudiantes needing something special to pull the rabbit out of the hat. They need to make a three-pointer. So far they are averaging 29% only from downtown compared to 40% with their opponents. Their shooting in general has been a little worse off than their Italian counterparts, but this is where it's got to count. And he's looking to devise a strategy here, is Salva Maldonado. Taking his time just to consider the options.
Vamos a atacar primero, ¿de acuerdo? Pensamos. Si fallamos y si metemos, hay que ir a robar y si no falta, ¿de acuerdo? Vamos a pensar primero en el ataque. Si podemos de 3-3, podemos, es posible que hagan falta, es posible que
All I could hear was tres, and that means 3. I'm afraid my Spanish isn't brilliant, but Estudiantes know what is the task in front of them. Score a three-pointer in the next 16 seconds, preferably right at the end before the buzzer, and take this game to overtime. Maybe able to execute then. Whose hands is it going into? Kulran Suton shot 75% from downtown. Alec Brown, 67%. My money is on one of those two. Landersberg hasn't had the night to remember he wanted, but maybe now could be his time. It is going to be Omar Cook. And now Dario Brizuela. Brizuela takes an early shot. Oh, and drains it. So that levels the scores. They took it quickly, and it's paid off. Dario Brizuela with some real clutch basketball. And we may well be going to overtime now. Umana Reyer Venezia do have way of response. They have 11 seconds. See it again. So immediately Umana Reyer Venezia regroup. They look pretty confident in their plans. Looks to me like they want a video review. Officials just checking the footage then of that three-point shot from Brizuela. All the players are out on court. And getting ready to finish the job here. Here we go again. So they're checking for time. 11.9 seconds, not 11.4. It could be all the difference. We'll see. Umana Reyer Venezia, then can they win it before the buzzer? It's Johnson going all the way, puts it up. Oh, and in. Might be the game. Dominic Johnson does what was asked of him. It was Gedamina Sorolit last time with a three-point shot just before the buzzer to win it. And that might be the one to win it this time. 3 seconds, maybe nearer 4 left for Movistar Estudiantes to have their right of response. What a finish we've got here. What a finish. Pretty tight game, isn't it? First and final quarters especially. Second and third. There were big momentum changes. Estudiantes fighting back very hard in this second half. But are they going to fall just short? And will Umana Reyer Venezia, who reached the Final Four in last year's Basketball Champions League, go back to top of Group C with a 6-1 record. The only defeat at the hands of Strasbourg so far. They've won 4 games in a row, all by 10 points or less. And if they do win, they'll be by less than 10 points tonight, that you can guarantee. So that'll advance the ball, by the way. That's a good reason for the timeout. So 3.7 seconds left to use it. Cook, where will he go? He thought about going Landersberg. It does go to him. Landersberg, this will win it. And would you believe it? Sylvan Landersberg lands a dagger in the hearts of Umana Reyer Venezia to win the game. They didn't want overtime. They wanted the victory. And they have ended Umana Reyer Venezia's unbeaten run. What a remarkable finish to an incredible game. Sylvan Landersberg had had a quiet night. He was shooting 20% of field goals, and then suddenly he comes up with this. Brizuela with the pass, Landersberg with 1 second remaining releases, and there it is. The buzzer beater from Landersberg. It has been checked by the video officials, and it is confirmed as a three-pointer. Landersberg with the dagger wins a wonderful game of Basketball Champions League action for the Spaniards. Movistar Estudiantes. This is what the Basketball Champions League is all about, folks. Top quality teams doing battle, top quality games. This was a tight one right from the start all the way to the finish. But it's Movistar Estudiantes who will dance into the night. They have won this one by a solitary point. Movistar Estudiantes 81, Umana Reyer Venezia 80. Extraordinary. Well, Landersberg had really been struggling from his range shooting tonight. He hadn't made any of his previous 5 three-point shots, but he took aim with less than a second remaining, and he finally drained a three, and he's won the game. Alec Brown deserves a lot of credit. He shot 75% from the field for 21 points. Mitchell Watt, 4 turnovers, a problem for him, but he had a good game apart from that, leading the scoring for Umana Reyer Venezia, followed by Geraminas Orlik and Voye Peric. But I don't think many people are going to be remembering those names as much as they are Sylvan Landersberg, who got himself up into double digits, yes, but it's not about the personal accolade, it's about the team, and that is a big, big win for Movistar Estudiantes. They have beaten the team who were sitting pretty top of the group, but they are no longer. It has finished on the outskirts of Madrid. Movistar Estudiantes 81, Umana Reyer Venezia 80. And next up for these teams, sees Estudiantes play host again, like Athens, come here next Tuesday night. And Umana Reyer Venezia are on the road again. They go to Turkey to face Banvitspor. A week after that, they go to AEK Athens. So they are constantly playing away from their home court. And this is going to be a real testing time now for the Italian champions, and to see if they can come through these games unscathed. In the end, there was nothing much to separate these two sides. Two great teams, it has to be said, and two teams I would expect to qualify for the last 16, even in this tough group. We'll see if that happens. But for now, Umana Reyer Venezia will have to lick their wounds. They'll have to pick themselves back up for their league action on the weekend. But they have been beaten by a single point. A buzzer beater from Sylvan Landersberg. A thrilling game of basketball has ended 81-80 in favour of Movistar Estudiantes. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed our coverage tonight of the Basketball Champions League. Have a very good week, and see you again next week.